Disclaimer: the following statements made are purely the writer's opinion. Please don't attack me. I'm going to say the exact same thing: Sasu Saku or NaruHina. Let's start with NaruHina, shall we?
I love you, Hinata.
NaruHina seemed awfully nice at first, in OG Naruto especially.
どうした？どっか調子悪いのか？
大丈夫だから。
Honestly, it got more and more confusing as time went on, aka the confession. We never got any sort of answer until years later.
何もかも？
So Naruto likes her, but doesn't like her. And then Kishimoto went on to say he felt sorry for Hinata, and how it wasn't his idea, it was a studio PRO set up. I felt sorry for her because she was always in the dark. Yeah, she was, but what about all the other Naruto characters who didn't get the recognition or the screen time? Read 1010. I don't know about other people, but I don't think Hinata constantly fainting when Naruto talks to her or turning a complete red is cute. It was at first, but slowly it felt like her shyness was getting in the way of her social interactions. I would have preferred Hinata to have gotten over her shyness around the time Naruto came back to Konoha at the beginning of Naruto Shippuden.
ひなた、黙って俺についてこいってばよ。
黙ってついてこいって。そんな、いきなり。
If not somewhere close to the middle of the series. Her character development would have been so much more meaningful and the development could have skyrocketed from there. Imagine, Naruto comes back to Konoha and sees Hinata for the first time in years. She appears strong and confident, laughing and talking much more than she used to. It's like a new life was breathed into her once again.
サスケくん。私、あなたのことが。
なんで？お前、誰？
Now for Sasu Saku. I used to ship them, but I moved on from that ship and I have a lot to say from an outside perspective. First off, this ship couldn't have been canon, in my opinion. It was awful for the plot and Sasuke and Sakura's development. Don't get mad, just bear with me as I have my reasons. Now I'm going to state the obvious, I'm sure every Sasu Saku shipper has heard before. This ship is toxic. Naruto isn't some kind of love story, so looking at it from a realistic point of view, it's awful.
私って、サスケくんに嫌われてばっかりだね。
I do understand the fangirl phase Sakura went through, it was annoying, but let's face it, that's literally every single 12-year-old girl.
隣いい？今日こそサスケくんをゲットしてやるわ。ファーストキスは私が奪うのよ。
Sorry, I was exaggerating, not every single 12-year-old girl, but she had a crush and she openly liked them. I did say I didn't like Sasu Saku, but I didn't say I disliked Sasuke or Sakura. They'd be better off alone than together, really. And no, Sakura is not useless. Just because she didn't start off as a fighting legend or she wasn't the main character, doesn't mean she didn't have something to bring into the team. Hard work beats talent. But let's move on to the bit where they got together. Sasuke attempts to murder Sakura failed, and Sakura immediately forgives Sasuke and chases after him more. True love, isn't it? I would have preferred Sakura use Sasuke as a stepping stone for her development, as she grows to be an amazing shinobi. She and Sasuke would reconcile as they both move towards their independent path. But you forgot Sasuke, he needs love too! Obviously, Sasuke would mostly likely to be in the same position he was in Boruto, working to help protect the village. Team 7 would still have moments together and overall they would be a lot happier. And maybe I would throw in Boruto-like figure for good measure. I can see him guiding young ninja and being an awesome teacher without the whole jiggling work and family struggle that both Sasuke and Naruto have. Choji and Karui. Why? We haven't seen any signs of an unhealthy relationship at all. In fact, we haven't even seen signs of a relationship. That's exactly it. Throughout Shippuden, there's always been some hint as to who will end up with who. Except for these two, I don't think I've ever seen interaction between these characters at all. are Minato and Kushina the only non-toxic couples in Naruto. Fugaku and Mikoto Uchiha seems to have been pretty good to one another, and they love both their sons. There's the added pressure of Fugaku being the clan head during a time of turmoil and general unrest. But Mikoto seems to have been supportive of him, and their relationship was pretty wholesome. How about Sarutobi Asuma and Kurenai? We don't get to see much of their relationship, but there doesn't seem to be anything toxic about it. The only butting heads they do is Kurenai attempted to convince Asuma to stop smoking for the sake of his health. Sakura's parents, sure, her dad never heard a pun he hated, but they seem nice, if a little bit oblivious to the burden their daughter is bearing.
母さんの若い頃みたいに可愛いぞ。
まあお父さんたら可愛いだなんて。
Hiruzen and Biwako, Hashirama and Mito. In fact, I dare say most of the relationship from the generations before Naruto seems to have been fine. The only one with even a hint of discomfort from that era is Chicago and his wife that yells, but is that really toxic? In conclusion, I do have an OTP, but canonically I would have liked Team 7 to be a version of the legendary Sannin, except without the whole shipping drama. There could have been some romantic relationships, but really, if Naruto is a battle shonen, we should have kept it that way.
Sasuke-kun. ね、さくらちゃん。出会いありがとう。
飽きて忘れられた街の角にあるんだ添えた花さよならもうまくなくて僕のこと嫌いになって無理をして無理をしてさよならも聞けなくなって悪口も